Hi guys, the Metal Maniac back again. And in this video, I'm going to be ranking the Evil Dead franchise from worst to best. There are 4 movies in the franchise, um, so this is going to be a little shorter ranking video. Um, but with that, let's begin. Number 4 is the remake. I can't even remember when this was released. I think it. I think it might have been around 2010, maybe. Um, I want to say 2012, but I don't think that was the year it was released. Anyway, the Evil Dead remake is a good film. I don't think it's a horrible film in the entire 4 movie franchise, but this one feels. Eh, it has a lot of elements that are there, but also a lot of elements that are missing. The main glaring element that's missing is Ash Williams as the main protagonist. Yeah, I mean, you can't really have a proper Evil Dead film without Ash Williams. It's just not, it's just not how it works. I mean, it's just, and then there's like what 1 or 2 issues I have with the film, like, minor stuff, but stuff that's very noticeable, like how a lot of the I mean, there's quite a few practical effects, but certain things are glaringly obvious CGI. Um, and then the acting is kind of it's okay. I don't mind it, but yeah, I mean, there's stuff to love about this film. It's just definitely not the best in the franchise. But yeah, the remake of Evil Dead is at number 4. Um, at number 3 is the original Evil Dead. It was 1980. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's 1980. 1980. There we go. It's a good film. It's a really good film, but there are 2 other movies in the franchise that are way better than it. There's only one issue I have with the original film, and that is Ash Williams. Even though he's kind of the main character, he's not he's not very well developed character. He's kind of actually an extremely just glaring, obvious coward who's just, I don't know. Ash Williams is not portrayed very well in this film. And it's just sort of the only gripe I have is that he's not quite the main focus, and 2, he's not the Ash Williams we all know and love. But yeah, the original Evil Dead is at number 3. At number 2, what am I have here? Number 2 is the only one that I actually own, and that is Army of Darkness. Yep, I even have my Army of Darkness shirt on. But yeah, Army of Darkness it's sort of mostly action comedy with elements of horror thrown in, but it's still part of the franchise, and I absolutely love this film. This was actually the very first film in the franchise I ever saw. Um, Here, I actually have an interesting story behind learning about the film and the franchise as a whole. Um, but I'll talk about this very quickly because I want to get on to number 1. Really quickly, okay. So first off, the very first time I ever knew of the franchise, the very first time I saw this cover, and that was a cover on a VHS tape version. Back I think around I it was I think it was around middle school. I think during um what was it? I mean, it was during middle school, but it was like during the summertime when there was it was sort of I guess a summer camp alternative where like you didn't have to actually go to a summer camp. It was part of the school program where you could go do summer classes. Of course, I didn't want to, but my mom made me go. Anyway, yeah, it was around middle school time. It was around like the time I was in middle school, but during like the summer classes. And for whatever reason, in a middle school, in the like the little, it was like an area with a TV and stuff. Because this was, I don't remember what building it was, but it wasn't part of the main school. But in the cabinet, there's like a bunch of like I guess like sort of like what adventure films, action films, whatever. All were either like I think they're all like PG-13. But there was this movie, but it was the VHS tape, and I just looked one look at the cover like, ooh, I really want to watch this, but like of course like um, middle school, and like a lot of teachers were like, oh, "No, you can't watch this. This is rated R." Then me and one of my friends were like, "Then why the hell is this here?" And they're like, "We don't know." But yeah, it was like my first glimpse at the cover and me really wanting to watch the film. And then like I don't know, probably around I wouldn't say high school. Yeah, definitely around early high school is when I first actually bought this film, this Blu-ray, and actually watched one of the movies of the Evil Dead franchise for the first time. Then watched the rest, and I absolutely fell in love with the franchise. Anyway, enough rambling. Yeah, this is at number two. And at number one, of course, is Evil Dead 2: Dead by Dawn. I really want to get this on. I really want to get it on Blu-ray. I think there's a steel case version. I don't know, but I really want to get it. Whether it be steel case Blu-ray or just regular Blu-ray. But it's a perfect film. It balances the horror of the horror elements of the first film and the comedy elements of the Army of Darkness perfectly. Like perfect combination of both stuff. Kind of like how what was it? Oh yeah, kind of like how like Nightmare on Elm Street 3 balanced the comedy and horror perfectly. Yeah, Evil Dead 2: Dead by Dawn is a fantastic film. Uh, I wouldn't say it's my favorite rendition of Ash Williams. Of course, my favorite is in this film, but I mean, it's still really close. And then just the gore effects are top notch in this film. They're even better than in the first one. And honestly, it's kind of a thing where you can ignore the first film and start with the second film, considering that the second film is sort of a soft reboot of the franchise. Um, but yeah, so that was my ranking of the Evil Dead films from worst to best. And like I said, none of them are bad. So it wouldn't. I guess it's not fitting to say worst to best, but you know, whatever. It's a worst to best list. I just had to put something at the bottom, even though I do like the remake. It has enough things I don't like about it to where it'd be lower on the list. Anyway, so that's it. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you all next time.